Hey, what's going on, everybody? How we doing? How we feeling? We got 5 people watching. Hey, G5, I welcome you, boy. Welcome. Thank you so much for coming through. As we fill in, as we get more people to hop in here, everybody hit that like button. Just a reminder, get this thing to 10 likes. We got 5. You had 4 starting off. We can probably get this to 10 likes before the thing starts up. And so today we're going to be doing a little bit of something different. Going to be talking about, of course, the quick hitter news, obviously, but we will be doing something called Why YouTube, where I talk to different YouTubers throughout the week, and we will be talking about, you know, the life of being a YouTuber and whatnot. And right now, my buddy Salty's Gaming, he will be here. Right now, he's having some issues, but he will be here a little bit late. Elmo, it's from Metal Gear Rising. Don't think it's copyrighted. I mean, everything's copyrighted, bro. Everything's copyrighted. So regardless, it's been a good day. It's been a decent day. Excited for what's to come on the show. But you know, I just had a decent day. Came up with the idea. I've been wanting to do this. Hopefully, as we do this, I will get more people to guest on this. And so I wanted to start with my buddy Salty. Me and him both started. Well, he started it like maybe a few months before me, as far as starting YouTube. But Salty was the reason why I decided to do all this, right? He's the reason why I decided to do, you know, the whole YouTube thing. And speaking of the devil, guess who showed up? I don't know if he's able to hear me, but what's going on, bro? Can you hear me, dog? Oh, I don't know. Super Andrew, I see you, bro. I see you. What's up, bro? You there, man? I don't know. I don't know if he's there, but either way, like I said, Salty, he got me into the whole gaming thing. So before we get into the whole interview process and whatnot, let's go ahead and just get into those quick hitters real quick. Oh, yes. I see y'all. So, this news is a little bit interesting. So the service Loot Crate, y'all know it, y'all see it, y'all know it. You know, you order, you have a subscription service and they send you stuff and you open the box and you get cool things. Well, apparently now they're going to join the game subscription service. Now they will be offering indie games in the Loot Crate. So there you go. Let's see, they're going to be calling that Loot Play is what they're going to be calling it. I thought that's interesting. You know, the gaming industry is like growing as a whole. It's constantly growing, and people are still trying to get into it. We see Google trying to get into it. I just thought that was interesting that Loot Crate would do something like that. And I mean, I'm interested to see what they do. But as far as it goes, it's just going to be indie games. So I don't know if we're going to get like just these, you know, shovelware games, or if we're going to actually get good indie games. Who knows? But either way, next bit of news: side-scrolling strategy RPG Scroll Tactics, or Magic Scroll Tactics, excuse me. It's coming to Nintendo Switch October 25th. So there you go for that one. They just posted a trailer for that, and so it looks pretty interesting. It's a side scroller. Looks like you have 5 different protagonists, and you just RPG. You guys already know I'm a sucker for anything JRPGs. So I will be keeping my eye out on that one. I don't know if I'll cop it, but I will be keeping my eye out on that. And a little bit of Xbox news: Half-Life 2 in the orange box, and a few more Valve titles are now going to be enhanced for Xbox One. So that includes Portal. Let's see here, Left 4 Dead. What's that one game that was popular and it was just like Overwatch? Team Fortress. Team Fortress. There will be another enhanced title. So there you go. The orange box will be enhanced on Xbox One X. So if you guys have Xbox One X's, there you go. Have fun with that one. And this one, next bit of news, is a little bit obvious. So we heard that Microsoft is purchasing Obsidian, company that did Fallout New Vegas. So they purchased them, and so this news came out, and I was like, well, no duh, they wouldn't do this, but it would be cool if they still were able to. Future Obsidian made Fallout games are going to be very doubtful. I mean, clearly it's Bethesda's property, they're not going to really let that happen. But what if there was a Microsoft exclusive Fallout game or whatnot, and they allowed them to do it? That would be cool, but obvious. I don't know if you guys are interested in Star Wars Battlefront 2, but Star Wars Battlefront 2 getting ready to come out with their Clone Wars DLC, and they're actually getting voice actors from the Clone Wars, so that's pretty dope. They're getting the guy who did Anakin, the guy who did Obi-Wan Kenobi. Since the guy that did Count Dooku passed away, he's no longer in there, so that won't be happening. And so that's a little bit of interesting news there. I just thought I'd let y'all know about that one. Sebastian C, I see you, my dude. Appreciate you. Super Andrew says, what? Probably a bunch of Wii U games. Don't forget about that YouTuber live video game coming to Nintendo Switch. Is that a real thing? I didn't know about that. Either way, moving on to the next quick hitters. We remember, what was it, last year, because of EA and Star Wars Battlefront 2 with the whole loot box situation, and everybody was upset about that. Loot boxes became a big deal to where the point that Belgium even banned loot boxes in their own country. And so now Valve will now start showing odds in some of their MOBA games. Dota 2 is going to be the first one. So when you have a loot box, you're going to actually start showing you odds of like what you can win and the skins that you can get in said loot boxes. So, I mean, I guess all these law breaking are out there, you know, all these people setting these laws are like making people, you know, I hear an echo, but regardless, there you go. So this one's a bit of news that I was interested in. Rocket League, they're supposed to be having crossplay here very soon. Now they're not very soon. They're going to push it back to 2019. It was supposed to come out this year, but now it's getting pushed back. There you go. So if you are a big Rocket League player and you would like to have that crossplay, where you're gonna have to wait for what they call Rocket ID, which is very similar to what Epic Games did with Fortnite, where you go do everything through their server and you have your own username through their server. So you'll be waiting for that. That'll get delayed to 2019. Super Andrew says yes, literally a thing. I was caught off guard. You don't want to see it? Check it out. Nintendo Life. That is crazy. I kind of want to check that out. And last on the quick hitters, and this is news that was going around the community today. Monolith Soft developer said that Xenoblade Chronicles X Switch port would be difficult and more than likely will not be happening. It's a huge game. It will cost a lot of money for them to fix what needs to be fixed in order for that game to fit on a Switch. All I say to that is call Panic Button. That simple. Call Panic Button. They'll figure it out for you. They always figure out all these other games, so you might as well call Panic Button. Edwin Norton says Surrender Squad. That's right. We are the Surrender Squad. If y'all don't know, in Arena of Valor, I'll be the first one to hit that surrender button. Y'all know me. I don't like losing like that. So I thought you were gonna say yes to crossplay being sooner. That's why I said no right after. Yeah, it's gonna be pushed back, bro. Sorry, I don't know what to tell you, man. I don't know what to tell you. So that's gonna do it there for the quick hitter news. This next segment, like I said, I'm really excited for this one. I really want to talk to my homie Salty. Salty, you there, bro? I guess not. I guess he's not there. He's here in the Hangouts, but I don't see him. So anyway, we're gonna see what happens with him here pretty soon. He's kind of got some stuff going on, but as he gets through, we will be talking to him about this. So before that, what's everybody doing in the chat? How's everybody doing? How was your guys' day? All that good stuff. You know, as I try to save this show because it's melting down currently. Let's see here. Nintendo are the kings of optimization, so they could do something. I think they could do something with it too. Like I said, also Panic Button. Sebastian C says, if the demand is there, we will get the game. Hey, fair enough. Rocco says, it seems I've missed quite a bit. Yeah, we went over the quick hitter news. We just went over, the Xenoblade Chronicles X news, and all that good stuff. The sources there in the box. I'm waiting for the homie Salty's Gaming to come through. We're about to do the whole Why YouTube series, which is where I talk to other YouTubers in the community.
Hello?
And we just talk. There he is, the homie Salty. What's going on, bro?
What the heck?
Uh-oh, he can't hear me. Hey, can you hear me now, bro?
Hey, what's up?
All right, what's going on, man? Appreciate you. Sorry, I had my mic muted. That was the whole issue. So
I was like, why is it so quiet?
Oh no, that's on me. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and do the thing. Let's do the thing. Why YouTube? I don't have an intro for it, but I do have this sweet overlay. So let's go ahead. And let me just go ahead and introduce, like, if you guys don't know who Salt is, he was supposed to be on a podcast this past Sunday, but he couldn't make it. But as I mentioned before, Salty is Gaming. He is actually a good friend of mine. We've been gaming since 2015, Destiny. We were Destiny boys back in the day. We were on that grind playing, everything Destiny. That was like literally the only game we played, that or 2K. So me and Salty have been gaming for a long time. He started his YouTube channel last year in, what was it, like June or May, Salt? Was it
was
June? So you started it in June, and then we were talking. I was like, maybe I should start a channel. So I started one, and mine started around August. And so I figured if I wanted to do this, I would want to start with the homie and the guy who we kind of just been doing this thing together for quite a bit. And so that's what I wanted to do. Super Andrew says, is he salty about gaming? I mean, is he? Are you salty about gaming?
It depends on the game, right? Typically, if it's an FPS, I get pretty salty, you know? Like, it just depends, you know?
Oh, yeah, we get really salty on those FPSs. But, like I said, we've been gaming together since 2015, so really want to do this. So let's go ahead and just start this one real quick. The question that I want to ask, and just like it says in the title, like, why YouTube? Why YouTube? Why did you decide to be a content creator on YouTube? Money, fame, passion for gaming, fun. Like, what made you decide, like, hey, I want to do this. I want to, like, do this whole YouTube thing. Like, where did it all start?
I've been wanting to do it for a while, and my wife actually started YouTube before me, with my daughter doing some stuff, it's called Kenzie Adventures. They were doing that stuff and they're having fun with it. And she was like, man, like, you have so much knowledge when it comes to gaming and all this other stuff. You talk about it all the time, but, you know, and then you talk about doing a YouTube, but you haven't, you know, ever tried to do it. So I was making excuses like a lot of people do, you know. It's scary to try to put yourself out there on social media, because YouTube's one of the biggest social media platforms out there. A lot of people don't see it as that, but that's what it is. YouTube is called YouTube because it's originally a platform for you to post videos about your life and some other stuff, whatever you wanted. It's your platform. And it's part of Google. It's a social media platform. So it's a scary thing to put yourself out there. And, you know, a lot of people just, you come up with excuses, man, I'll do it next week, or man, I'll do it next month. And then, you know, days go by, years go by, and you don't start it. And then finally, I just took that plunge. I think it was like E3. I started listening to some of these, you know, podcasts, and getting into the community on Twitter, and just getting that, you know, itch to try to do my own content. E3 is coming out. I did this E3 predictions video. I think that's the first one I ever did. And then shortly after that, me, you, and Shameless did this Dads of Gaming podcast. Yep. It was super late, man. Super late.
Yeah, we didn't know what we were doing. We didn't know what we were doing. We were doing podcasts at like 2 a.m, 1 a.m. It was nuts.
So it's like one person is in there. I can't remember who was in there, but that was cool. We thought that was cool that one person would think it was cool enough to come listen to us, you know.
I do remember that.
Some one person, and we didn't know if we were alive or not. We didn't know what we were doing, but we got that podcast out. It was probably like 50 minutes long. We were predicting what was going to happen at E3. Yep. E3 happened. I did some more videos, and it just kind of spiraled from there. And, you know, and my channel's changed a lot since then. The way I do my videos, the way, the type of videos I do, but my passion for video games hasn't changed. And I think that's what shines through the most when I'm on podcasts or doing videos. Like, video games are my life, and it's not like an act. Like, a lot of people on YouTube do acts and stuff like that. That's not me, you know?
Yeah, that's one of the things, like, you know, we've had conversations about YouTube. We've had conversations about the whole community. And one of the things that you have said and I've said, like, we only want to be real. We don't want to put on this facade. We don't want to put on the act. We want to be who we are, because in the end, you know, that's all you have. If you put on this facade, you know, then what is it really? That's always been my take on it. Like, I just always wanted to be who I was, and show people who I am. And if you were interested, good. If you weren't, you know, there's other options that you have out there on YouTube. So let me just ask you this question. What is your favorite thing about being a content creator on YouTube right now?
I would have to say meeting new people across the planet Earth is the most interesting thing, because like, I've made friends with people in Australia. Shout out to Ashtray Gaming. I've made, you know, friends with people in Europe, all over the globe, and it's given me an opportunity to not only, you know, just meet these people, because I meet them through Twitter and I meet them through YouTube comments, and in the chat we become friends, we game. That's an opportunity that not a lot of people get to do in their life, is just meet all these people around the globe. It's insane. Like, you can literally game with someone that's on the other side of the planet. Like, if you take a step back and think about that for a minute, that's insane, you know?
Yeah, so, like, like that, and that's my favorite part. Like I said, it's just meeting people in general, and like meeting new people in this community. And now we're gaming together. You know, like Super Andrew in the chats from Canada, Abaddon's from the East Coast. You're from Arizona. Like, and you just keep meeting all these people. Like you see, like you mentioned, Ashtray Gaming, Welsh Gamer, Microbox of X. Like, all those people from Europe. You know, and it's awesome. Like Ryako in the chat, she's from Europe, and I believe she was in Japan not too long ago. But like, you meet people like that from different countries who are from different backgrounds, but the thing is the same. Like, everybody's passion is the exact same. Like, we like to game, and that's one of the things that we are passionate about. That's what I love about this whole thing. Like, that is the greatest joy for me, is like meeting new people, and even when we're streaming, or like you said, you're doing your podcast, whatever, even the people that come by, like, I don't want to like big time anybody, and everybody who's in the community, like, you are in the community, you are a part of it, and that's like my favorite part about it. 100%. So that was your favorite thing. So what is your least favorite thing about being a content creator?
You know me, man. I tell it how it is almost too much. I get people triggered. You know? So what is the least favorite thing? The drama, man. The drama's some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's so many. It's like almost high school. It's like you're getting back into high school, you know? Social media is just like, I have this love-hate relationship with social media, you know? It's full of fakes like high school, you know, all the stuff, the drama, you know, the backstabbing and all that other good stuff. Like, the bigger you get up in YouTube, you don't know who to trust. Like, this is straight from my heart, guys. I'm not sugarcoating any of this to you guys, and that's how I always approach everything I do. I'm not going to tell you guys some bullshit that you guys want to hear, you know. There's stuff behind the scenes that just isn't enjoyable, but the enjoyable stuff outweighs the bad stuff. If that makes sense.
I do agree with that. There are some things that just happen within the community, like I said, we're not gonna like air anything out, but just things do happen that are just frustrating. There are certain things that go down that you're just like, oh, why is it like that? Like you said, especially the drama, like when people, like, especially in Twitter, like if you get on Twitter, like Twitter is just an echo chamber for just negativity within the community, whether it's Sony and Xbox, Nintendo versus Sony. Like, Twitter is the biggest echo chamber, which, by the way, come to find out, Twitter most of the time is the vocal minority. So always take that with a grain of salt, that most of the time, you know, people on Twitter are just the minority. They're not the majority. So like, that's like, I mean, it creates that big echo chamber of sorts. And so, I mean, I have to agree with you. That is my least favorite part about being a content creator and being in this community is 100% the drama and the negativity. Go ahead. The cool thing, though, is you can kind of find out who these people are and pick who you want to associate with. You find the cool people and you roll with those people. You know, you found those people in your community, people that you like to do podcasts with or do content, you know, collabs together or whatever. And then you just form these friendships and trust, and that's how you roll. I blocked a lot of people on Twitter. I muted a lot of people. And life goes on, you know. Like I said, because I recently had a person in the community within, you know, coming to the streams and stuff. They had said some stuff because I had said one little thing about one little detail, and they came after me. And with you, anybody can get the mute button, and anybody can get the block button. It don't matter how old you are. It don't matter how young you are. It don't matter. Disrespect is the same across the board. So keep that in mind. Anybody can get the mute button. That's one thing I got to say. So, let me just ask this. So, what are your favorite? I was gonna ask this one by one, but we're kind of pressed for time. So, what is your favorite thing about the Xbox, Sony, and Nintendo community? You know, like who are your favorite YouTubers? Who you like a lot? All that stuff. You know, give some people a little bit of shine. And what are your favorite things about being in this sort of thing? Because you're, like you said, your channel is sort of becoming a melting pot, because at first it was Xbox centric, and I mean, for the most part you still do the Xbox centric stuff, but you're starting to wrap a little bit of Nintendo in there, you're starting to get a little bit of Sony in there, and it's starting to become a little bit more well-rounded. So what do you like about these communities?
Oh man, I don't want to put any community on blast over the other. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to be like, hey, I really love.
That's why I said like. That's why I said like. We're not blasting anybody, but I get what you're saying. You don't want to be like, oh man,
you know what I'm
saying? Sony are trash. I get that. I get that.
Nah, but I just, man, I think that Xbox community, obviously, because I game on there as my primary platform, in the community on Twitter is cool. It's pretty strong. I love like the fact that you can be in Discords with people and then you can play with them on Xbox Live, and a lot of them are chill, man. They play a lot of games and stuff like that. And then I like how passionate the Nintendo community is about their platform. You know what I'm saying?
Are.
So
yeah, very passionate.
That's cool. And then I love how the Sony guys are passionate about first party games, you know. So as far as content creators, I pretty much watch everybody, dude. Like, if I like your content, I'll be watching it behind the scenes. I'll be stopping by in podcasts. Like, people see me hop in, I say hi, I try to hit the like button. It doesn't matter how big or how small. Like, if I like your content, I like your content. So if you see me stop by, you know, and you're doing YouTube, it's just, you know, it's what I do. So
you're doing something right. If Salty's in one of your guys's podcast or whatever, you're doing something right. You're doing something right. Yeah, I have to agree with you. Coming from the Xbox community, super chill people. When you hop into a podcast and you say, hey, 9 times out of 10 you're gonna get barraged in the chat with, hey, what's up, hey, what's up, hey, what's up. Like, you're gonna get, at least depending on the size of the podcast and the size of who's in the chat, like the numbers, you will get a crap ton of haze. What's up? Like, people are very welcoming in there. The Nintendo community, like, I agree with you. They're very passionate. I will say this much about the Nintendo community. Y'all need to step up your welcoming stuff. Because people be coming in the chats for the most part, and somehow say, hey, and none of y'all say nothing in the chat about, hey, what's up? We need to step our game up with being a little bit more friendly. I will say that much. It's something I have noticed. But we're not calling anybody out. I just want to make that point. So you mentioned this, and this was actually a perfect question, but you mentioned this earlier. So you mentioned that your channel has changed from the beginning to now. So the question is, like, as you do YouTube, what are some ways you have found yourself evolving from when you started to even a few months ago? And as far, you know, like, you've even rebranded yourself, and you this new picture, you sitting in the throne with the salty necklace on, like, you rebranded yourself and have a new logo and all that stuff. Like, how has this whole thing evolved for you?
I think it has to do with, like, your interactions with the community, and then the way that you get your content out there, and like what you are passionate about, and like what are you less passionate about. Like, if you do certain content and you're not digging it, it kind of comes through on your videos, you know. So if you're just doing stuff to do it, people are going to see that, and it's not going to be good for you or the people that listen to you. So I've tried out new things. Certain things stick, certain things don't stick. I've tried different, you know, because it's really important on, you know, YouTube to have content that people can, you know, associate your brand with. Like, it's weird to call it a brand. It sounds like you're an asshole or something like that. My brand, you know what I'm saying? But like, you need to have stuff that people, hey, that's Saltiest Gaming, or hey, that's Nicktendo Direct, or this is that person. Like, when they see your thumbnails, or they see your catchphrases or your merchandise, they need to associate your stuff with your content. And that's the kind of stuff that I've been trying to build the most. So I've tried different things. Some things I didn't like, so I just kind of put them on the back burner. And like, honestly, I love Xbox, but I'm not like a slave to the brand per se. I'm not going to worship the console. I've said that from the beginning. When stuff goes wrong with the brand, I call it out. And I'm a gamer at heart. Like, honestly, if I had the time and I had the money, I'd have all 3 consoles and I'd play every single game I wanted to. But I just don't have that time, you know. I still don't have a PlayStation. If I had the money and the time, I'd have one. That's just a matter of fact, you know. So I want my channel to be a gaming channel. I don't want to be pigeonholed into Xbox or pigeonholed into this or that. And I know it's important to be streamlined and have a goal and a focus, which is cool. But at the same time, you know, with the Saltiest Gaming podcast, it was like Xbox only, but now it's gaming. It's like all kinds of topics, you know. So
I feel like that came from meeting people from everywhere. You know, like, because in the beginning, like I said, I don't mean to air out, but there, like, I remember being in the Xbox community in the beginning, like, and being introduced to like that whole the whole console war thing. Like I had to bounce out real quick because that was not about that, like going back and forth with people and insulting people and like people even taking clips from your videos and putting them in your own videos and like trying to just slander you all over. Like as soon as I witnessed that, I was like, I'm out of this thing. Like, and so like, yeah, I agree. Like that's where I want to be. Like, you know what, I need to be about not just Nintendo or Xbox, but like gaming as a whole, and creating this community that's just about gaming, or even be in a community, not even create it, but just be in that community that's just all about gaming, no matter what the platform, PC, Xbox, Nintendo, PlayStation. I joke with Ed in the chat all the time. He likes to say trash box. I like to make fun of him. I always make fun of PSN being down, whatnot, you know, but in the end of the day, we're not going at each other. It's just joking, you know what I mean? Like it's not like this real like, oh my god, we don't go at each other like that. We're mostly just joking. And so
born distracted in chat says I'm not a Nintendo fanboy, but yet here I am. I mean,
exactly.
That's kind of how it happened with TSGP. It used to be TSP. Like there's people that heard my content, like for whatever reason, YouTube algorithms pulled them into my content. They didn't necessarily like Xbox or whatever, but they liked what content I did. And then, you know, it just, I don't know. I just wanted to talk to gamers. I didn't want to be stuck with one thing or another, but that's kind of tricky with YouTube, because if you start going too far out, people don't know what you're about.
Yeah, it's true.
And then it hurts your channel. But game reviews has been one of the things that I've been doing lately that I really enjoy. So I'm going to be doing more of that content. It's kind of like a slow build for YouTube, because in order to get codes from developers, you have to build relationships and trust. And then you got to show them that you can actually make the content. So I haven't got codes like way in advance yet to get my content out so where it's going to like trend. So that's the ultimate goal there for that.
Dang, Ed's a hater. I sit here, I just said we were joking, and then Super Andrew 64 says, oh, I don't think Ed is joking. And then Ed says, am I joking? ? Yeah, you're joking. No, but so that was let's talk about this one. So I really dig your logo. I dig all that. Like, what was the idea behind that?
All right, so I'm big into art. I don't know if you guys know this, but I grew up drawing as a kid, so I have that background. I just don't do it much anymore. So I've been wanting to work with Graphic God for a while because his style kind of matches mine. And then, you know, through building my brand and my channel and all the stuff with the salt and, you know, saltiest gaming stuff came from that. Like stay salty is one of the catchphrases that I use a lot. And then it kind of transitioned, and all of a sudden I saw the Burger King of all people. There's a picture, right, of him sprinkling salt. And I don't know, for some reason I like the way he looks. Like I was telling Graphic God, I like the way he, like, it's not necessarily his face, but like the way he looks. I don't know. It's hard to explain. So he was doing that, and I was just like, man, the Salt King, King Salt. Like I was trying to like throw shit out there and see if it sticked. And then I put that on Twitter. People were really receptive of it. Started, you know, throwing out their own stuff like the Salt Kingdom and, you know, Lord Salt and all this other stuff.
I was wondering why you put that on your Twitter, because it was at Saltiest Game, and then you put the Salt King. I was wondering like why that was there. That makes sense, like that you did it. And then when you showed me the actual picture that you have now and the whole brand, I was like, this is possibly one of the dopest things I've seen. I actually love it a whole lot. It makes a lot of sense, and I just think it's going to help out a whole lot as far as like it's great. It's great. I absolutely.
So that's how you do it. Sometimes you stumble over stuff, but I think it fits my personality and what I'm trying to do with my channel. It's just kind of a play on words, like the Salt Kingdom. Like I'm the king of salt. Like I have I bring the salt, and I like have the salt reserves, and it's like Scrooge McDuck jumping into his coins, but mine's salt. You know what I'm saying? So. Yeah.
And let me tell you something. This man does get salty when we used to play Destiny a lot, man. I remember the salt would roll when we would play Destiny. It was nuts.
Now, last night in a podcast, there's a guy that I didn't really podcast with, and he, at the end, the post game, he's like, "Damn, you really are salty." And I'm like, "Yeah, dude, you know it."
Oh, that's great. That's great. All right, so that's gonna do it for the questions. So before we get out of here, I just want to say, tell everybody, where they can find you, all that stuff, future plans for the channel, all that good stuff. We're going to be doing the Saltiest podcast tonight. That is at 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central on his channel. I actually need to go and find your channel real quick. Hold on. You just tell the people where they can find you.
Yeah, so tonight on my channel, The Saltiest Gaming, 2 words, The Saltiest Gaming Podcast. We got a guest tonight. We have an announcement that I'm going to do. We have some good topics, all kinds of gaming topics, whatever's relevant. And we just have a lot of community interaction. That's what the channel, the channel and the podcast is about, is just, it's kind of hanging out like at the arcade with your buddies that are gamers, and you talk with the chat, interact with the chat, talk, it's fun. It's good times. So I'll be doing that. And then the content's been kind of sparse on my channel because I've been moving and I've been trying to get my internet hooked up, and I've been trying to get, a new computer going. So the content's been kind of sparse, but we're going to pick back up here. I'll be doing some more reviews and doing new stuff. So,
yes, sir. So like I said, I appreciate you for being on here, for being the first. So I'm going to be doing this every Thursday, at least try to do this every Thursday, where I get a YouTuber. We just talk about, things within the community, how they started, all that stuff. Maybe some more tips and tricks or whatnot. Just stuff like that. Because really what I want to do is I had this idea because a while, not too far back, like I was getting genuinely upset with YouTube, and you know what I mean? Because this thing is a grind. So you're grinding and you're grinding and you're grinding and you're trying to build the audience. And I got genuinely upset to the point that it was affecting my life. And I was like, dude, there's no way this needs to be affecting my life. And I started talking to other people. And when you come to find out where everybody starts to feel the same, you start to figure out that people go through the same things. Most content creators go through the same things. They hit that wall. They get that feeling of just not wanting to do it, and they get worn out. And then, they bounce back. I really wanted to kind of create this sort of show where I do this, where I get different people, where they tell you their story, how hard the work they're putting in, stuff like that. And so we're going to probably try to do this every Thursday. I believe I have a guest lined up next week. It might be Smash JT. If not, I'll try to find somebody else. But I think Smash JT is coming through next week. So once again, Salt, dude, I really do appreciate it, man. I appreciate you for stopping by. Like I said, much love. Been together since the beginning, and I really do appreciate you, man. I really do.
Yeah, stay on that grind, man. It like I said, it's no joke with this YouTube situation, because we got our everyday lives and stuff like that, but it's worth it, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah, the everyday life aspect does kill. Like you said, we talked about how do people have time to play all these games? I barely have enough time to go to work and get home and then watch my kids and then do this and that. We both been there, so we both know. So yeah, so everybody, appreciate y'all for stopping by. Like I said, we'll do this again next Thursday. This is the last show for the week, so no Nicktendo Direct Now tomorrow. Tomorrow will be my day off. And so, like I said, once again, G5, Born Distracted, I see you, Ryoko, Ed, Super Andrew, all y'all been great. I really do appreciate every single one of y'all. It's been great. So me and Salty, we're gonna be out of here. We'll see you guys later.